Greetings, everyone. This is Ehav4Ever, and today I would like to do a short video just introducing you to a group of new books slash comics that I've created. If you've watched my channel for a while, you know that I started a few years ago writing books. I started out with three novels, which usually are around like 500 pages or so, called Masoth, which is in at the moment three books. But I would say about a year ago, I started kind of playing around with the idea of doing like children's books, or at least some kind of shorter version um, of some stories I had kind of in my head. And basically, what that resulted, it was me coming up with kind of a story. But the problem was is that I wanted to do something with artwork, in it, it's pictures in it. But at the time, it was kind of like, okay, well, I'm going to be paying a lot of money to someone to draw this, and that's when I basically got turned on to the idea of doing AI artwork. So essentially what happened is that that whole idea, what came about from it was these group of comics here that you see that I created called the Lamine comic books. This being the very first one that I produced. And essentially what it is that it's a comic about a boy who, one day, goes to sleep and has his dreams where he finds out that his ancestors have this really interesting history. And essentially they go to Mars and terraform it and then make this whole life about it. Um, and just to kind of give an idea of what it looks like on the inside of the comics, essentially, this is the format of it. Like I say, I kind of wrote it in a format more of like a children's book, but also kind of just using elements that were kind of I was keen on when I was a kid. When I re used to read comic books. So essentially at the moment, I have about five books that are in the series. Again, the first one is called Lamine, the boy who terraformed Mars at the age of 10. And this was the very first one that kind of gave me the first initial step into kind of doing children's books. But then I continued with this is the second one, Lamine versus the worst mannered aliens in the galaxy. And essentially the comics kind of go from being, it's not like 100% serious tone. I mean, there are some, elements that I've added to it that, to me are kind of elements of my life, that where they're, a little bit of, tongue in cheek, a little bit of comedy, but also I kind of see them as like elements of social commentary. But I tried to write it and create it in a kid's format. The third book is called Lamine Madim Contacts Earth. Um, with each one of these books, basically, I kind of, got better and better at trying to kind of like format things and coming with ideas, especially ones that would be relevant to the story. And one of the, I would say the great elements of, doing this with AI is that it kind of opened up my, writing, creativity, in a sense. And then the third one that I came up with was called Lamine, the Hippomah Tax Collector's Audit Madim. And this has some elements of like what I was saying with the tongue-in-cheek kind of element to it. Um, and essentially, these are the kind of, things I've been working on. And the actual last one I have at the moment, and because the reason I say at the moment is because I'm still thinking about working on at least another one, is called Lamine, the World Builders. Um, Essentially, people have asked, well, what kind of, reading level is this? I would say that there's two ways of looking at these, comics that I created. One way is that a person could say, okay, well, my, child, it probably, I would say, maybe seven, six, seven, eight, and above. Can find, some things that are interesting in them. As well as, one of the things, there's a family that bought the whole set. And what they started doing was they started reading it as a family and then discussing like the different ideas that are in the book. And I was really inspired by that, to see that that was something that came out, came about because of the books. So again, for anyone who's interested, these are the kind of comics I've been working on. If you would like to be interested in purchasing them, I have a website which I'll put in the description. And you can also do a search on my name, and usually it pulls up my website where I have these as well as my other novels. And maybe at some point in the future I'll do kind of a short video like this about my novels. But again, this is Ehav4Ever, and again this is the Lamine series that I've been working on, a comic series. And I hope you're doing well. Take care and bye.